friends, this video on matter and magnetism part 1 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Topics to be covered in this lesson are history of magnetism, bar magnet, magnetic field lines, dipole analogy, electrostatics versus magnetism, Gauss law of magnetism, Earth's magnetism, magnetic properties of materials, permanent magnets and electromagnets. So to start this lesson, we will basically continue our study on magnetism, right? In our previous lesson also, we learnt about few concepts of magnetism. For example, we studied about what is a magnetic field, what is a magnetic force, how is a magnetic field created, how is magnetism related to electricity. We studied all those basic stuffs, right? So here we will study more about magnetism in depth. That is, we will study about what is a magnet. We will talk about the materials which we see around us and which behave as magnets. So we will talk about what is a magnet, what are the properties of a magnet, and what are magnetic materials, how do we define magnetic materials, how do we classify them. So we will study all those things in this lesson. So whenever I talk of magnetism, we again think of those simple things which we see around us. For example, small nails or iron objects sticking to a magnet, or your magnetic needle which tells you the direction north, south, east or west. The refrigerator door, or sometimes even your stickers which you put on your refrigerators, they have magnets. The screwdrivers with the magnetic tip which attracts small nails and which in turn helps you to screw small pins or nails. The trains, as I mentioned in our previous lesson also, the trains which you normally see abroad, they also have got magnetic doors and the magnetic rails. Your electric motor, even they use the phenomenon of magnetic field. We already studied about electric motor in our previous lesson, right? How does it function? So there also we saw the role of magnetic field. So these are various applications, or these are some of the things which we see around us, and they are all related to magnetism. So now to start this lesson, we will start with a story. We will first try to know from where did this magnetism phenomenon evolve. From where does the story begin? Who observed for the first time that there is some property or there is some phenomenon where things attract each other? So this is like a story. This is quite interesting as well, because when we are studying something, we should know what gave birth to that particular thing and why are we studying it, right? That is important. So when I talk about magnetism, long back, once upon a time, it so happened that once upon a time, somewhere around the present Turkey, it happened that some of the shepherds started complaining that when they go to their fields for work, they find that their shoes get attracted to the ground. So this phenomenon seemed quite magical to certain people. They said, how is it possible that something will attract your shoes from under the surface of the earth? Then it was found that their shoes normally had nails under it, right? So those nails were getting attracted by something under the surface. On further investigation, it was found that there were some rocks inside the surface of inside that ground, under that ground, which attracted the nails which were there under their shoes. So that is why they felt that they are getting attracted towards the surface. So later, there were lots of study and investigation on that, and then people called that phenomenon as a magical phenomenon. They called that there are certain kinds of rocks which exist, which attract substances, which attract certain things. So they started calling those magical rocks as magnesia. So this was the story, or this was the time when magnetism was getting observed for the first time. So people, and at that point of time, they were calling this entire phenomenon of attraction as some magical effect. They were calling it as a magical phenomenon. Later on, several experiments were performed, and then it was found that this was nothing but a property exhibited by certain substances, and this property was then named after those rocks which were called magnesia. So this phenomenon came to be known as magnetism, right? And then several other experiments happened. There were so many scientists who worked on this, and it was also found experimentally that when these magnets were left to itself, they always aligned itself in a particular direction. Whenever you leave it on its own, it will align itself, it will move here and there, and it will finally align itself in a particular direction, and that direction would be north to south direction. So that means the magnets will always align themselves in the north to south direction. So gradually magnets were put to practical purposes, and it was first done by Chinese people. What they did, they extracted this property of magnet, that when you leave a magnet on its own, it will always align itself in it will always point towards the south direction. So how they practically implemented it? So let us now let's know the history of magnetism. From where does this phenomenon of magnetism evolve? Once upon a time, long back, somewhere around Turkey, there were some shepherds who complained that when they go for their work to their fields, they find that their shoes get attracted to the ground. So which was like quite surprising to people when they listened to it. They thought what it could be that attracted their shoes. Then gradually people observed that their shoes contained nails. In those earlier days, the shoes were like, they wore some wooden shoes, and they were all made up of nails. So basically it were the nails which got attracted towards the ground. On further investigation, it was found that under the surface there were some rocks which has this property of attracting objects. Not all objects, but attracting certain objects. So people started thinking that it is a magical effect of those special kind of rocks, and they started calling those rocks as magnesia. So they thought that it is a magical phenomenon because of which those special rocks always attracted the nails, and because of which the shepherds had that complaint. But later it was found that it was not a magical effect. Instead, it was because of the phenomenon of what we call as magnetism. So magnetism was also named after those rocks, magnesia. And then gradually more and more experiments were performed on magnetism. And it was observed by scientists that when a magnet was left to itself, if you leave a magnet on its own, it always points itself in the north to south direction. That means the magnet will always point towards the south direction. So gradually, with due course of time, people started putting magnets into practical use. So they were first put into practical uses by the Chinese people. So what they did, they made a very good use of this property of magnet. That magnet, when left to itself, they align itself towards the south direction. It so happened that during a Chinese war, there was an emperor, there was a king, a Chinese king, who had to fight a war with his enemies. And his engineers, the engineers whom he appointed, they designed a chariot where they had implemented a small statue kind of a thing, which was basically a magnet. If you look at it, here you can see the chariot. So with the chariot, they attached a small statue kind of a thing, which was nothing but basically a bar magnet with an arrow in its hand. So this magnet always pointed towards the south direction. So that means this bar magnet in the chariot helped to show the direction. So it so happened that this is a very famous story because this implementation brought victory to the king. It so happened that the king was able to fight the battle even in heavy fog when nothing was visible. Even during that time, with the help of that magnet, they knew the direction because the magnet helped them to tell the direction in which they have to go. So they followed the same direction and attacked their enemy and could win the battle because it was heavy fog. So if they would have not had that magnet, then it would have been really difficult for them to track and locate the path as well as the enemy. So that is how this small property of the magnet was put into a practical use, and then it was a huge success. And later they also implemented this magnet in ships for navigation purposes, because in ships also, when you are in the middle of the ocean, it sometimes become very much confusing to know the direction. I mean, you will everywhere, all around you, you will just see water, water and water. So this this property of magnet, which is basically the basis of your magnetic compass needle, right? So they were also put to use in ships for navigation purposes to tell the direction, to specify the direction rather. So this is how the concept of magnetism evolved, right? And then gradually more and more research was done on the same, and more properties of magnets and related objects were found. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.